Next, muscle tissue. Muscle tissue is originated from mesoderm. Mesoderm, but muscles of iris and ciliary body are originated from ectoderm. Muscles are originated from mesoderm, but muscles of iris and ciliary body is originated from ectoderm. Next, muscle shows three properties. One is existability. Next, conductivity and contractivity. Existability, conductivity, contractivity. The study of this muscle is called as a myology. Next, in muscle tissue, muscle fibers is there. This is a muscle fiber. The muscle tissue is origin from mesoderm, and the muscles of iris and ciliary body is origin from ectoderm. Muscle shows three properties. One is existability, second one is conductivity, third one is contractivity. The study of muscle is called as a myology. In muscle tissue, muscle fibers are there. This muscle fiber is surrounded by a plasma membrane that is called as a sarcolemma. The muscle fiber is surrounded by one plasma membrane that is called as a sarcolemma. In this muscle fiber, cytoplasm is there, that is a sarcoplasm. In this sarcoplasm, endoplasmic reticulum is there. That endoplasmic reticulum is called as a sarcoplasmic reticulum. Next, the mitochondria which is present in the muscle is called as a sarcosome. And the muscle fiber surrounded by one plasma membrane. That plasma membrane is called as a sarcolemma. Next, in this muscle fiber, the cytoplasm is there. That cytoplasm is called as a sarcoplasm. In this sarcoplasm, the endoplasmic reticulum is there. That endoplasmic reticulum is called as a sarcoplasmic reticulum. Next, in the sarcoplasm, mitochondria is there. That is called as a sarcosome. In this sarcoplasm, some myofibrils are there. These myofibrils made up of with thick and thin myosin and actin. Made up of with myofilaments. These myofilaments made up of thick myosin, thin actin. These myosin thick and thin myofilaments arranged regularly. So here striped structure is seen. Next, in this sarcoplasm, ATP is present. Next, creatine, ATP is present. Next, phosphocreatine is present. Next, glycogen is present in this sarcoplasm. So, in sarcoplasm ATP is present. Next, phosphocreatine is present. Next, creatine phosphate is present here. Next, glycogen is present, and calcium ions are present here. Next, this muscle is divided into three types. One is a skeletal muscle. Next, second one is a smooth muscle. Third one is a cardiac muscle. So, muscles are three types: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. And first, skeletal muscle. In skeletal muscle, the muscle fiber surrounded by a connecting tissue sheet that is called as a endomysium. This is a muscle fiber. This is connected by a connecting tissue sheet that is called as a endomysium. Next, then these are arranged. These muscle fibers are arranged as bundle that is called as a fascicle. These fascicles are surrounded by another connecting tissue that is called as a perimysium. Next, all this fascicle is covered by another connecting tissue that is called as a epimysium. So, this is a muscle fiber. This muscle fiber surround a connecting tissue that is called as a endomysium. Some muscle fibers arrange parallelly and form a bundle-like structure that is called as a fascicle. This fascicle is surrounded by another connecting tissue sheet that is called as a that is called as a perimysium. Next, these fascicles, all fascicles are surrounded by another connecting tissue sheet that is called as a epimysium. All this connecting tissue sheet come beyond this muscle and form cord-like structure that is called as a tendon. With the help of tendon, this muscle attached to the bone. That is. Next, then the structure of skeletal muscle. Here, the skeletal muscle is a cylindrical structure and unbranched structure, cylindrical structure. Here, multi-nucleus are there. Bent this plasma, sarcolemma. Next, then here the myofilaments are actin and myosin arranged regularly. So, here dark and light bonds appears alternatively. So, this skeletal muscles looks like a striped so these are called as a striped muscles. Striped muscles, they work under control of the animal, so they are called as a voluntary muscles. Then next, these muscles innervated by somatic nervous system. Here in skeletal muscles a cylindrical structure. Next, here multinucleated. Next, here thick and thin filaments arranged regularly alternatively. So, the appearance is a striped appearance. So, they are also called as a striped muscles, they work under control of animals, so they are called as a voluntary muscles. Next then these muscles are innervated by somatic nervous system. They contract very quickly and also they undergone fatigue very quickly. They contract very quickly and also they undergone fatigue very quickly. This is about skeletal muscle. Next then smooth muscles. Next smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. These smooth muscles present in the visceral organs, that is in blood vessels. Next the different types of stomach, intestine, kidneys, gonads, like that. So these muscles are called as a visceral muscles. Visceral muscles. These muscles are structured in spindle shaped structure. Here only one nucleus is there. Here thick and thin filaments arranged irregularly though, so the striped appearance is not appear here, so they are called as a smooth muscles. They are not under control of animal, so they are called as a involuntary muscles. They exhibit slow contraction and prolonged contraction. Slow and prolonged contraction. They remain for a long period in the contraction without fatigue. Without fatigue, they work under control of autonomous nervous system. The smooth muscles are present in the visceral organs like stomach, intestine, kidneys, gonads, next then blood vessels, like that, other lungs, like that. So they are called as a visceral muscles. The muscle fiber, smooth muscle fiber is spindle shaped. Only one nucleus is present here. Dark and light bonds are absent because here this actin and myosin are arranged irregularly. The thick and thin filaments are arranged irregularly here. So here striped appearance is not appear here. Next then, so they are called as a smooth muscles. They do not work under control of the animal, so they are called as a involuntary muscles. They exhibit slow and prolonged contraction. They remain long period of contraction without fatigue. They work under control of autonomous nervous system. Next then, cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscle. This cardiac muscle present in the heart of the vertebrates. These are called as a myocardial muscles. These muscles are short and cylindrical, and they have branch. They combine with the neighboring cardiac muscles. Each cardiac muscle and is a branch and combine with the neighboring cell. Here this cylindrical structure, the short cells are there. Here they look like striped muscles. In appearance they look like striped muscles, but in functioning they are resemble with smooth muscles. Here branches are there. With this branch, they combine with the neighboring cardiac cell. Here uninucleated, mononucleated or a double nucleus as present, binucleated are present. Mononucleated or binucleated cells are there. Next, here the neighboring cells are connected by a gap. That gap is called as a on junction. That junction is called as a gap junction. Gap junction. These gap junctions are used for rapid for the rapid action potential or a depolarization. Next, on the surface of this cardiac muscle, dark bonds are there. They are called as a intercalated disc. This is an important characteristic of the presence of intercalated disc is an important characteristic of this cardiac muscles. And the cardiac muscles are present in the heart of the vertebrates. These are called as a myocardial cell. They are short and cylindrical. They are branched. They are connected with the neighboring cardiac muscles. Next, then they connected and then by a junction. The junction is called as a gap junction. These gap junctions are used for rapid conduction of action potential or depolarization. On the surface of this muscles, on cross lines are there, dark lines are there. They are called as a intercalated disc. The presence of intercalated disc is the important feature of this cardiac muscles. Next, for the contraction, there is no necessity of external stimuli because because in this cardiac cells, one pacemaker is there. This from this pacemaker action potential is started. Next, one cardiac muscle is contract, the total heart will be contracted. That is a wholehearted contraction is occur. Next, these cardiac muscles are not undergone fatigue because these cardiac muscles have numerous sarcosomes and plenty of myoglobin and copious supply of blood. So, in this cardiac muscle, continuous aerobic respiration is occur. For this purpose, they are not undergone fatigue. This is about cardiac muscles. Nerve tissue. This nerve tissue is originated from ectoderm. In nerve tissue, two main parts are there. One is a neuron and a neuroglia. Next, first neuron. Neuron is a structural and functional unit of the nervous tissue. This is a electrical existing part. Next, then in neuron, three main parts are there. One is cyton or perikaryon, soma. Next, in neuron, in neuron, structure of neuron. In structure of neuron, three main parts are there. One is the dendrite, second one is a cyton, third one is a axon. Axon. Cyton is also called as a perikaryon and soma and cell body. In this cyton, a spherical big nucleus is there. Next, in the large cytoplasm is there. In the cytoplasm, granules are there. These granules are called as a Nissl granules. And neurofibrils are there. Lipofuscins are there. Neurofibrils, lipofuscins are there. Next then the cytons which are present in the central nervous system form the cytons which are present in central nervous system form nucleus. The cytons which are present in peripheral nervous system forms ganglia. So this is a first structure is a cyton. This cyton is also called as a perikaryon or soma or cell body. In this cell body, plenty of cytoplasm is there. This cytoplasm has granules. In the center, spherical nucleus is there. These granules are called central nucleus is there. Next, in the cytoplasm, granules are there. These granules are called as a Nissl granules. Next, then in this cytoplasm, neurofibrils are there. Lipofuscins are there. Next, then the cell bodies which are present in the central nervous system form nucleus. The cell bodies which are present in the peripheral nervous system forms ganglia. Next then second part is dendrites. From cyton, from short many branches arises. They are called as dendrites. They bring impulses towards this towards the cyton. So they are called as efferent process. In this dendrites, neurofibrils are there, Nissl bodies are there, lipofuscins are absent here. Next then in this from this cyton, one cylindrical structure, a single cylindrical structure arises, that is called as a axon. The axon which arise from the region of the cyton is called as a axon hillock. In some neurons, from this here one collateral branch is also arises. Next then the terminal part of this axon divided into telidendria or axon terminals. These axon terminals end as a button like a structure, barbell like structure. There are terminal buttons. In this terminal buttons, vesicles are there. In this vesicles, neurotransmitter is there. That neurotransmitter is called as acetylcholine. Next then this axon bring impulses from cyton towards this synapse. Though so it is called as axon is called as a efferent process. The gap which is present in between telidendria and dendrites of another neuron is called as a synapse. It's called as a synapse. This synapse is two types: neural synapse and neural muscular synapse is there. Next then a group of axons which are present in central nervous system is called as a tract. A group of axons which are peripheral nervous system is called as a nerve. This is the structure of neuron. In neuron, main three parts are there. One is a cyton or cell body. Second one is a dendrite. Third one is a axon. Next then types of neurons, types of neurons based on processes. First one is a unipolar neuron. In this unipolar neuron, one process is there. From this process, two branches is arises. One is a upward, another is a downward. The upward branch is called as a dendrite. This downward is called as a axon. The soma is present in the dorsal root of the spinal cord. This type of unipolar neuron is also called as a pseudo unipolar neuron. Next, bipolar neuron. Here, from the cyton, directly one dendrite anterior side and posterior side axon is formed. This is called as a bipolar neuron. Here, from cyton directly one dendrite and axon is arises. This type of neuron is called as a bipolar neuron. Bipolar neuron is present in the retina of the eye and also in olfactory epithelium and sensory structures which are present in the internal ear also. This is multipolar. This is a multipolar neuron. Most of the neurons are multipolar neurons. This is types of neurons based on process. One is unipolar neuron. Here one soma is there. From this soma one process is there. From this process dendrites and axons are arises. This type of neuron is called unipolar neuron. This is also called as a pseudo unipolar neuron. Here this soma is present on the dorsal root of the spinal cord. In bipolar neuron, from cyton directly anterior part dendrites and posterior part axon is a form. This type of neuron is called as a bipolar neuron. Bipolar neuron is present in the retina of the eye and also it is present in the olfactory epithelium and also internal ear. Next, multipolar neuron. This is the multipolar neuron. This multipolar neuron, most of the neurons are belong to this multipolar neurons. This is about types of neuron based on a process. Types of neuron based on presence and absence of myelin sheath. Here, this is Schwann cell. This in some neurons, the Schwann cells are wrapped above with myelin. This myelin is contain more lipid proportion is more here. In Schwann cell wrap another myelin sheath. If myelin is present, that type of neuron is called as a myelinated neuron. This myelinated neuron is present in the white matter of the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Next, the non-myelinated neurons are present in the gray matter of the central nervous system and also autonomous nervous system. Next, then types of neurons. Types of neurons. One sensory neuron and motor neuron and interneuron. Sensory neuron which carry the sensory impulses from effector to the central nervous system. Next, motor neurons which carry the motor impulses from central nervous system to the effector. This interneuron connect, they are present in the central nervous system. They are connect this sensory neurons and motor neurons. A bundle of nerve fibers which are present in peripheral nervous system and form nerve. A bundle of nerve fibers which are present in the peripheral nervous system, they form a nerve. Next, in tissue, nerve fiber. This is one nerve fiber. This nerve fiber surrounded by one connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a endoneurium. Endoneurium. Next, some nerve fibers arranged parallel to each other and form a bundle. That bundle is called as a fascicle. This fascicle surrounds another connecting tissue, that is called as a perineurium. Next, then, these fascicles arranged parallelly, and all this connected another connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a epineurium. Next, the bundle of nerve fibers which are present in peripheral nervous system form a nerve. The nerve fiber is surrounded by one connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a endoneurium. Some nerve fibers arranged parallel to each other and form a bundle. That bundle is called as a fascicle. This fascicle is also surrounded by another connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a perimysium. Some fascicles arranged parallelly, and all these fascicles wrapped by another connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a epineurium. So, one nerve is formed. Now, nerve is a form. Next, types of nerves. There are sensory nerves, and motor nerves, and mixed nerves. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. These sensory nerves carry the sensory impulse from effector to central nervous system. These sensory nerves carry this sensory impulses from effector to central nervous system. Next, then, motor nerves. Motor nerves, they bring the motor impulses. From central nervous system to the effector. That is the type of nerves are called as a motor nerve. Next, then, mixed nerve means they do two types of work. They do sensory nerve and as a motor nerves. So they are called as a mixed nerves. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. What is nerve? A bundle of nerve fibers which are present in peripheral nervous system. They form a nerve. In the nerve fiber surrounded by one connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a endoneurium. Some nerve fibers are arranged parallel to each other and form a bundle. That bundle is called as a fascicle. This fascicle is surrounded by another connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a perineurium. Next, this is the endoneurium. Then this is the perineurium. Next, some fascicles arranged parallel to each other and wrapped by another connecting tissue sheet, that is called as a epineurium. That's why the nerve is formed. Types of nerve. Three types of nerves are there. They are sensory nerves, motor nerve, mixed nerve. Sensory nerve, they carry the sensory impulses from the effector to central nervous system. Motor nerves, they bring the motor impulses from central nervous system to the effector. Mixed nerves do two types of functions. They do as a sensory nerves and motor nerves. They are called as a mixed nerves. This is about nerve and neuroglia. Neuroglia. Neuroglia is a non-conducting cells. They are supporting cells. They are supporting cells. They are used to make a micro environment inside the nervous system. In neuroglial cells goes continuously divided and redivided, but neurons are not divided. In neuron, no division is occur, but in neuroglia, the cells will be going on divided. Division is occur here. Cell division is occur here in neuroglia. In neuron, cell division is not occur. Next, in neuroglia, in central nervous system, some cells are there. They are called as a oligodendrocytes, astrocytes. Next, epidermal cells, epidermal cells. Next, this microglial cells. In neuroglia, in central nervous system, some cells are there. These cells are called as a oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, epidermal cells. Next, microglial cells. Oligodendrocytes are used to form myelin sheet. Astrocytes are a star-like cell. They bind the capillaries with blood. They act as a blood-brain barrier. Next, epidermal cells. They are present in central canal of the spinal nerve cord. They are ciliated. Cells. Epidermal cell. They are present in central canal of spinal nerve cord. Microglial cells are phagocytic cells. They are mesodermal in origin. So, in neuroglia, in central nervous system, some cells are there. They are called as oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, epidermal cells, and microglial cells. Oligodendrocytes are used to form a myelin sheet. Next, astrocytes are star-like cells. Next, epidermal cells, they are ciliated cells. They are present in the central canal of spinal cord. Microglial cells are phagocytic cells. They are origin from mesoderm. Next, in peripheral nervous system, in neuroglia, some cells are there. They are satellite cells. Next, Schwann cells. These satellite cells are present around the cell bodies. From the Schwann cells, neurilemma is formed. These two, these satellite cells and Schwann cells are present in peripheral nervous system. Satellite cells are around this cell bodies. Next, Schwann cells form neurilemma of the neuron.